Santham Academy. Welcome to Digital Kaksha. To get updates on new videos, click the subscribe button and the bell icon.
Hello students, good morning. Today we are going to start a new topic, that is some important chemical compounds. So here in this we are going to study about so many chemical compounds, like first common salt, then bleaching powder, washing soda, plaster of Paris, so on. So let's start with it now. The first compound is common salt. The chemical formula of common salt is NaCl, which we call commonly as table salt. Its chemical name is sodium chloride. Now, how it is being manufactured or prepared in industries? So, we know that common salt, which we use in our food for eating, that is being produced from seawater. How it is being produced? We know that a dump of that salt is being deposited at the corners of the seawater, and the evaporation of it is being done, and by the evaporation the water present inside it get evaporate and we get the salt. Okay. It is also existing in rocks form as rock salt, which we called as rock salt. We have so many salt present at our home. Table salt, that is white. Now rock salt, that is slightly brown in color. Now what are the properties? It has a major property, and that process is very much important. It means a question comes from that topic in board exam. So what's the first property? It is used to prepare sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH. The main thing is that the process name over here for the preparation of sodium hydroxide is called as chlor-alkali process. Now why chlor-alkali process? Chlor here represent chlorine. Alkali, that means base, and process, that means it is a process in which we are going to get chlorine and a alkali. Alkali, that is base. How the process is being done? Here we are with the reaction. Sodium chloride is dissolved in water. Okay, the solid sodium chloride is being dissolved in water, so we get an aqueous solution of sodium chloride. Aqueous solution of sodium chloride is called as brine solution. After getting the aqueous solution of sodium chloride, here is the process. That aqueous solution is being taken in a container or a beaker made up of glass. In that, 2 electrodes are being fitted, and these 2 electrodes are attached with electricity. When electric current is being passed, one rod act as cathode, that is negative rod, and the another one act as anode, that is positive one. So how the process is being done? In the beaker, the aqueous solution of sodium chloride, that is brine solution, is being taken. In this, 2 electrodes are being fitted and they are connected with electricity, okay, or a battery over here. The positive end of the battery is connected with a negative rod that is named as cathode, and the negative end of the battery is connected with the positive rod that is named as anode. Now, what does occur over here? What is the reaction over here? When electricity passed into the solution, we know that what is the solution? NaCl plus H2O. So when the electricity will pass into it, so electrolysis is the process over here. This process is named as electrolysis. What is electrolysis? Dissociation of ion by passing electricity. So when we are passing electricity into the solution, what will happen? The salt and water will dissociate into its ion. So here the salt is NaCl. When it will dissociate, it will form Na plus and Cl minus ions, and water will dissociate and forms H plus and OH minus ions. So here we are having 4 ions as I have told here, Na plus, Cl minus, H plus and OH minus. So here are the ions Na plus, OH minus, H plus and Cl minus. Now what will happen? All the H plus ions, since they are positively charged, they will move towards the negative electrode, that is cathode. And these H plus ions, when moved towards the cathode, they combine together, get the electron from the cathode and forms H2, that is hydrogen gas, and it moves out from the solution. Similarly, all the Cl minus ions, that is chlorine ions, will move towards the positive rod, that is anode, and all the Cl minus ions will give its electron to the anode and forms Cl2 gas, that is chlorine gas. Now, when the Cl will move out as chlorine gas and this H will move out as hydrogen gas, what is left behind? The left behind ions are Na plus and OH minus. So, Na plus and OH minus will combine and forms NaOH. So, we got the 3 major products over here. NaOH, that is a alkali. Why alkali? Because it's a base and dissolved in water. We are getting aqueous form, that's why it's an alkali. Then chlorine gas we are getting, which is liberated at anode, and hydrogen gas is being liberated at cathode. So a question may come that from which electrode you are getting hydrogen gas, from which electrode you are getting chlorine gas, or a question may come, write the chlor-alkali process reaction. So you need to put interest in each and every topic over here. The question may arise and it's very important topic, so focus properly. So this H and chlorine is being moved out and we got NaOH. So that's why this process is chlor-alkali, because we are getting chlorine, we are getting alkali, a base over here. So that's why the process is chlor-alkali process. So we have understood about chlor-alkali process, that is the preparation of base. Now we have got 2 gases in it, that is chlorine and hydrogen gas. So do you know the use of chlorine and hydrogen gas? Chlorine gas is used as a disinfectant. Okay, it is also used as a bleaching agent. Then hydrogen gas is used to prepare dalda, that is vanaspati ghee, from oil, vegetable oil. Then hydrogen gas is also used as a fuel. We know that it is used in rocket as a fuel. Now moving on to the next compound, that is bleaching powder, that is the common name. The chemical formula of bleaching powder is calcium oxychloride, CaOCl2, that's the chemical formula, and calcium oxychloride, that's the chemical name. Now many times 1 mark question, this question used to come, that what is the common name, what is the chemical name, what is the chemical formula. So you should know the 3 things of every salt. So bleaching powder is the common name, chemical formula is calcium oxychloride, CaOCl2. Okay, that's the chemical name. Now how do it's being prepared? How we can prepare bleaching powder? So the preparation is, we used to take hot slaked lime. What is slaked lime? When quicklime CaO is dissolved in water, we are getting calcium hydroxide, that is slaked lime. Now in this slaked lime, chlorine gas is being passed. So when chlorine gas is being passed into it, it forms CaOCl2, that is bleaching powder, along with it water. So we are getting aqueous form of bleaching powder over here. Now what are the uses of it? So first use is, bleaching powder is used for bleaching cotton and linen in textile industries. Means if you have to convert the color of one cloth to the another one, then the bleaching powder is being used. Then secondly, it is used to change the color of papers also. So it is used for the bleaching wood pulp in the paper industries. Along with it, it is used as a disinfectant in swimming pools. We used to pour this bleaching powder for killing the bacteria present in water. Now the next compound is baking soda. Now we are familiar with this word in our day-to-day life. What's the chemical formula of baking soda? NaHCO3. And what's the chemical name? Sodium bicarbonate, or we can say sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium Na, hydrogen H, carbonate CO3. Now how do it is being prepared? For the preparation of baking soda, we need to have sodium chloride in water. What is sodium chloride in water? That is called as brine solution. So here we have to take a concentrated solution of salt. Okay, concentrated, that means the high concentration of salt should be there. Then in the brine solution, carbon dioxide and ammonia gas is being passed over. When the carbon dioxide and ammonia gas is passed in the brine solution, then we are getting ammonium chloride, NH4Cl and NaHCO3, that is sodium bicarbonate. So we got this sodium bicarbonate baking soda. Now what is the use of it? How and when it is being used? So first use is that it is used in baking, that is we used to add in cakes, in pastries we used to have baking soda. Now what is the use? See, when we used to add in the batter the baking soda, then this baking soda used to get heat up while cooking. So when baking soda is being heated up, it forms sodium carbonate, a salt, then water, so it gives a moisture to the content. Along with it, CO2 gas is being released out. So this CO2 gas is releasing out, which gives the pores in the cake, or it makes the cake fluffy. Now second use is it is used as antacid. For acidity we used to have antacid as a baking soda. And third is it is used in soda acid fire extinguishers. Whatever fire extinguishers we have that contains baking soda in it. How do it work? So when this baking soda present in the extinguishers is combined in acid, soda acid, that means soda is combined in acid in the bottles of fire extinguishers. So when these two combine, we just take out the pin out and the gas comes out. So what happened? These two combine together and we are getting a white ash, that is sodium chloride. Along with it we are getting water and CO2 gas. So the CO2 gas which is being produced stops the fire. Now here I want to tell you one point, that baking soda is not directly used in the food which are quite sweet, like so cake is there, pastries are there. There we used to have baking powder, and here we are talking about baking soda. What's the difference between baking soda and baking powder? So the difference is baking soda is NaHCO3. When we add few drops of tartaric acid in baking soda, it forms baking powder. So we can say baking powder is a combination of baking soda and tartaric acid. Why? Because we know that here we are getting a base. Baking soda act as a base. So bases are bitter in taste. So if soda will be more in amount, then the base will give a bitter taste to the food, which is sweet. So this tartaric acid is going to neutralize the base and it is going to avoid the bitter taste of the thing. So now we have understood about baking soda. So it is clear that if we have to make things crispy, like if we have to make kachoris, if we have to make samosas, then we are going to add baking soda. But if we are going to make the sweet dishes like cake, pastries, then we have to add baking powder. So baking powder will remove the bitter taste of the base which is being produced by heating soda. Now let's move on to the next compound, that is washing soda. Washing soda, chemical formula is Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. What is this dot? Why the dot is being placed? That we will discuss. Now the chemical name of this is sodium carbonate decahydrate. Deca means 10, hydrate means water. So washing soda is the common name. Na2CO3.10H2O is the chemical formula, and sodium carbonate decahydrate is the chemical name. How it is being prepared? For the preparation, we need to have NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate. We have discussed what is it? A soda. When the soda is being heated, it forms Na2CO3, sodium carbonate, in aqueous form. That means water is there. Along with it, CO2 gas is being liberated out. After this, in this sodium carbonate, 10 molecules of water are being added, so it forms Na2CO3.10H2O, that is washing soda. Now here, this 10 molecules of water is water of crystallization. It is present in many salt. You would have heard about copper sulfate. Copper sulfate is blue in color. Okay, copper sulfate is blue in color. Its formula is CuSO4.5H2O. It has 5 molecules of water of crystallization in it. That's why its color is blue. And when the blue color crystals of copper sulfate will be heated, then you will see that the blue color will disappear. The salt will become anhydrous and white in color. So, the 5 molecules of water which was present in copper sulfate is being evaporated. Similarly, green vitriol, you would have heard. Green vitriol is ferrous sulfate, FeSO4.7H2O. It is green in color because it has 7 molecules of water of crystallization in it. And when it will be heated, same way, when it will be heated, the green color will be moved out. Where it has gone? When it is being heated, the 7 molecules of water present with ferrous sulfate is being evaporated and the salt become anhydrous. Similarly, if this will be heated again, we will get Na2CO3 and the 10 molecules of water will escape out. So, we will get anhydrous washing soda. Now, what is the use of washing soda? So, first use is, it is used in glass, soap and paper industries. It is used in the manufacture of glass, soap and paper. Secondly, it is used in the manufacture of borax. Borax is a special compound which is used in glass to increase its tensile strength. So, it is used in borax also. So, after this, we are going to have a last salt, that is plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris, POP, has chemical formula CaSO4.12H2O, which is named as calcium sulfate hemihydrate. Ca calcium, SO4 sulfate, dot 1/2, that is half we call it as hemi, and H2O, that is hydrate. Again, this half H2O is water of crystallization. It has some moisture in it, and if we will keep that in open for a long time, it may lose its water of crystallization and forms anhydrous calcium sulfate. Now, how it is being prepared? Preparation. So, for the preparation, we used to have gypsum. Gypsum is calcium sulfate dihydrate. So, here we have 2 molecules of water in calcium sulfate, which is called as gypsum. It is also used for the preparation of cement. Now, this gypsum is being heated at 100 degrees Celsius. So, when it is being heated, it loses 1.5 molecule of water from it. So, when it is losing 1.5 molecule of water from 2 molecules, how much molecules is left behind? Half. So, it forms CaSO4 half H2O, this is POP, plaster of Paris, and 1.5 molecules of water is being evaporated. Now POP we have heard lot of times in our day-to-day life, like we have first use that it is used in the preparation of statues. Nowadays, since we go for a clean environment, eco-friendly environment, so we don't used to have the statues made up of POP, but still they are being manufactured. So they are being manufactured with the help of POP. Secondly, in joining broken bones by doctors as a plaster. So when we used to have bones break, then doctors used to put a plaster on the broken part, and that is called as plaster, which is of POP, that is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. And third use is it is used in the ceilings for the beauty of the rooms and the home. So we understood the last compound, that is POP. By this we have completed this chapter, and I hope you all have understood.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe for more.